This is the staging area for the National Guard. Dozens of guards are here to evacuate anywhere from 15 to 20,000 people who are still trapped by surging floodwaters. As we rolled out, the scene quickly degrades from dry road to waist-high water. Cars abandoned in the middle of the streets, not a sidewalk in sight. Water full of oil, debris, and sewage. Up to 25% of the city is still submerged in water. And less than a mile into our trip, we see a man walking with his belongings in a large garbage bag. How bad was it?
Bad. All my clothes all messed up. The whole doors caved in. And only thing I closed it up.
Hector Santiago is the superintendent of this flooded building. Water is receding, but images like this car bring home the magnitude of the storm's wrath here.
Araba sürükleniyordu bu arada.
Shay Sweeney, Nick Parisi, and a couple of their friends brought their boats here to help with the rescues. At times, the water is so deep, our Humvee can't get through, so we went looking for a larger truck. We found one nearby in the middle of a rescue. Even the National Guard were relying on cell phones, with service spotty to non-existent, so we had to drive through the neighborhood to find yet another. That one has finally reached the man having chest pains in this building. Instead of being evacuated, he chose to stay and ride it out like he rode out the storm. Many residents here want to stay, despite the fumes, the water, the lack of power. And tonight, conditions will be even worse. Temperatures have been dropping all day, and there's no heat. But that isn't stopping the National Guard. How many people do you think you've been able to get?
Sorry, I mean, we're not really keeping track. We're just trying to get as many as we can. This is about helping our neighbors.
It is about helping our neighbors, and that's the way out. They were all young men that we saw. They were there just trying to save people and help people. It was pretty humbling and inspiring. Brian Todd is also out in Hoboken today, and he's out front tonight. And Brian, I know, where you are. I know the floodwaters have come down a little bit today. When we were there, what are you seeing tonight?
Well, Aaron, they have receded a little bit today, but they're still lingering, and the mayor says they're going to be around for at least another 24 hours. I'm at the corner of Park Avenue and Newark Street here. Water coming up to almost my knees at this point. It does get a little shallower as you make your way toward the middle here. This is a corner here where a storm drain is. That tends to be where the worst areas of flooding are. These two cars here have been stranded here for a couple of days. I think, as you mentioned in your piece, a big concern here is kind of a health concern. This water is absolutely filthy. Sewage, chemicals all over the place, a lot of other matter that is really almost unthinkable when you think of what's floating around here. Very unhealthy, and the mayor has expressed her concern about how unhealthy it is and why people should not necessarily be doing what we're doing and walking around in it or near it. Two National Guard vehicles just went through here, Aaron. I know you were just reporting on that. So they are still going around picking people up. That is ongoing. So this city is certainly not out of the woods yet as far as just some of the danger, some of the flooding.